Hi, Vijay. It looks like you're doing some interesting things with imagery and color schemes here. But because these have been sent to me as PowerPoint presentations rather than JPEGs or PDFs, I'm pretty sure I'm not seeing the same thing that you put together. PowerPoint presentations are a series of instructions from one computer to another, trying to approximate what these things should look like. A JPEG is basically a photograph of the image. So make sure you send me a JPEG. A PDF's the same thing. Send me a PDF if you can, because those show me exactly what you put together. These show me an interpretation of what you put together. One thing that I can tell though here is that you're putting together a series of boxes, which is different than laying something out on a grid. And what the grid approach basically means is that you're aligning text imagery to strong vertical and horizontal axes. And the horizontal ones are basically the baseline that the text is on. But to establish the vertical ones, you have to justify text to a vertical axis. So all this text should be justified to the right or left, and then as we follow it down, we should be able to pick up that same line of justification at other points. And same thing should happen at one or two other points throughout the composition. Freeform approach doesn't mean centered, and as we learned last week, centering isn't particularly designed. Centering is just centering, and that's what's happening here. You've got really a good sense of visual hierarchy in both your layouts, but you can do so much more interesting things in the free form. You can put text at angles, you can make stuff huge, you can run text on and off the page, you can curve it around, design elements, all those kinds of things can be done to make it much more interesting than just building a composition off of a centered axis. So what I'm mostly concerned about is getting that grid layout onto a grid and seeing these as you intended. So send them to me, save a version as a PDF or as a JPEG, and send those to me so I'm guaranteed to see what you are putting together, okay? So make your revisions and then send them back to me for a grade.